Hello, I'm Brandon Allen here with Professor Jase Bernhardt, uh, Professor of Climate and Natural Sciences.
Thanks for speaking with me, Brandon.
No problem. So essentially, what is brown tide?
Yeah, so brown tide is an abnormal buildup of this harmful type of algae that likes to form particularly in sort of shallow near coastal waters and even bays and inlets that have a sufficient amount of salt water. So it likes a fairly salty, shallow water. So unfortunately, that means it can thrive near coastal areas such as off of Long Island, and it can then have detrimental effects, especially on the local fish populations. It's not harmful at all to humans, but it can be detrimental to the fish population, which then, of course, can have an impact on humans and the things we eat.
Right. And how so is it harmful to fish?
Yeah, so the algae can take CO2, carbon dioxide in, because that's sort of what it needs to live. And then bringing in more CO2, carbon dioxide into the water can further promote more of the algae growing. And then that can sort of throw off the balances of different gases and chemicals in the water, which can have negative impacts on the other organisms trying to live in the water, which can throw off the food chain and again have some impacts like limiting fish populations.
Right. Let me see. Sorry, I feel like
No problem.
many questions. Right. And then so is there what have people been doing to kind of in response to brown tide?
Yeah, that's a great question. First, there's a lot of research done into figuring out what exactly this is, how it's forming, what the impacts are. And again, the big impacts are throwing off the chemical balance in the water, blocking out the sunlight. The high density of algae, of course, the sunlight can't penetrate down further into the water. The algae are the surface of the water, so then that can cause issues for the fish and the other things trying to live there. So unfortunately, there's not a ton that can necessarily be done to limit the algae growth. So certainly trying to understand it has been sort of the first big steps in trying to limit it. And then, of course, trying to limit pollution and such can be overall good for the water health, but there's not always a lot I can do about this algae. So once it gets in there, if conditions are right, it can sort of just keep growing out of control, and unfortunately, very, very, very tricky in some cases.
All right. I think that actually sums it up pretty well.
Perfect.
Yeah. Thank you again.
Yep. No problem. And yeah, we'll be in touch.
All right.
All right. Take care, Brandon.
I'm just stopping the recording.
Yep.